Hey guys, welcome back to the Buff Nerd Gaming channel, and today I'm bringing you a video on Modern Warfare weapon customization, or as Infinity Ward is referred to as the gun bench. And the gameplay you're seeing in the background is from Medal of Honor Warfighter, which was released in 2012. And I want to focus on the weapon customization that you see in that game, because that's pretty much exactly the picture I have in my head when I look at what Infinity Ward's telling us about the gun bench, which they detail in a blog post saying that basically you'll be able to put your gun on a table and customize it, which is exactly what you're seeing in the background of this video. They wanted it to be realistic, almost like you're looking at a gun enthusiast magazine cover, and that's precisely what you have in this game. So let me break this down for you a little bit. The weapon customization in Medal of Honor Warfighter, you get to select from optics, barrel assembly, muzzle styles, receiver groups, magazine styles, and then obviously customize the weapon's paint job, which for the paint job for the weapon, there's a total in this game which is 87 camos. So compared to most games, I think that's a lot, and they're not you don't see like golden weapons. They're all realistic camos, and this Medal of Honor Warfighter is a very realistic tactical shooter that was based on the same premise as what Modern Warfare is campaigning on right now, which is being a tier 1 operator, realism. They're going for that tactical shooter, being a Navy SEAL, special operator, etc. That's exactly what Medal of Honor Warfighter did back in 2012. Unfortunately, it was a little bit ahead of its time. It had a lot of issues on release, and the game died. But the weapon customization was hands down the best customization I've ever seen on a console game to date. Now, if you look on PC, there's some games such as Escape from Tarkov and World War III, and probably some others that have even more granular weapon customization than what you see with this. But this game really, I think, was leaps and bounds ahead of everything else when it comes to weapon customization. And really the way it broke it down for all the attachments that you're seeing in the background is you had your close quarters, your standard, and then your precision, which would be long range attachments. So this would apply for all the attachments that you see in the background in the categories. So you'd have your optics, you could go iron sights for CQB or holographics, and there's usually about 3 to 4 different options per category, per distance or range, whatever you want to build your weapon for. As I said, close quarters, CQB, standard or precision being long range, and standard obviously being the middle range engagements. But you can see things really, and the one thing also to note here is that the weapon cosmetic, it's all cosmetics, but each category, for example, barrel assembly, if you go with a close quarters barrel assembly, you might have 3 to 4 options there. Now those are all going to have the same impact statistic-wise on your weapon, but they're different cosmetics. So essentially you have 3 to 4, depending on the attachment group that you're going with. You have 3 to 4 ways to impact your weapon's performance across all of these different categories. So barrel assembly, if I went with a close quarters barrel assembly versus a precision long range barrel assembly, those are both going to have different impacts on the performance of my weapon in game. And you can do this across all of the 6 or 5 weapon categories, being optics, barrel assembly, muzzle, receiver group, and magazine style. Now obviously the magazine style doesn't have an impact on the weapon's performance, with the exception of some magazines have larger clip sizes. So you might have 30 round standard versus 45 round, or for the machine guns you might have 100 round drum mag versus 150 round drum mag. And then obviously the paint job, as I said, 87 different realistic custom paint jobs that you can put on your weapons as we cycle through these in the back. And these are all real world paint jobs that you would see on tier 1 operator weapons in the militaries across the world. And that was one thing that Warfighter did, was it focused on global tier 1 operators, not just United States, not just Russia, not just British, but you get Canada, German, Japan, all of that in this game. So you took all the aspects of those different special forces groups and threw them all in this game. And what you had was really a great blend of customization. It allowed you to feel as if you were really making your own weapon. So as you can see in the background is if I'm going through and editing my gun, it really allows me to have a sense of ownership over the weapon itself. And then when I bring this into battle, it feels like my own. And that's something that I think Modern Warfare really needs to get right here, because one thing is that it does add replay value if you're grinding to unlock attachments, to unlock paint jobs, and be able to customize your gun and have a sense of ownership when you bring it in game. Something as simple as just a suppressor versus a regular muzzle brake, or as you can see in Warfighter here, if I do a PMag versus a standard 30-round mag, those add different performance, some of these customizations, but also cosmetics. And something like that for me, who's somebody who really loves cosmetics and having ownership and feeling like it's my own, that's a big deal for me. And to just make those small tweaks to a weapon and bring it in game and see how it looks and what the performance impact might be, that's what I love about first-person shooters, and that's what I love about tactical first-person shooters, which is really what Medal of Honor Warfighter was, and what the direction that Infinity Ward and Activision seem to be going with Modern Warfare here in 2019. I really think this is what we're going to be seeing with Modern Warfare, something very similar at least. You can see, obviously, when you're customizing your paint jobs for the weapons, the gun is on a table, aka a gun bench, quote unquote, right? You can see for your operator, you'll have your tactical helmet there in the background. So it really just allows you to feel immersed also in the environment. You feel like a tier 1 operator, like you're there and you're customizing your weapon to how you want it. It adds, like I said, the sense of ownership to bring it into battle. So that's really what I wanted to cover today, guys, is I feel this is kind of what we're going to be seeing when it comes to Modern Warfare's gun bench. They haven't released too many details other than they wanted to be realistic and feel like you're looking at the cover of a Gun Enthusiast magazine. So I really think we're probably going to see something exactly like this with some bullets on the table, add a little bit more environment to what you're seeing here, allow you to rotate the gun a little more, and I think that's really what we're going to be getting. So let me know your thoughts below on what you want to see with the gun bench and being able to edit and manipulate your weapon. Do you think it's going to be like the footage I'm showing in the background here, like Medal of Honor Warfighter, or do you think it's going to be something different? I know Battlefield 4 had really good weapon customization as well, and then as I said earlier in the video, PC games such as Escape from Tarkov and World War III really allow you to even take apart your weapon and do pretty much anything you want with it. And Medal of Honor Warfighter, for a game in 2012 on the consoles mainly, as I said, leaps and bounds ahead of its time, and we haven't really seen a weapon customization system like this since. So I would love to see this come back. Let me know your thoughts below. I'm going to be doing another video on gameplay features that I think you'll see in Modern Warfare that I actually noticed right out of Medal of Honor Warfighter here, such as breaching and clearing rooms, having to open doors, breach the rooms with your team, and those could be single player aspects, things like that. So if you like the videos, please give me a subscribe, give me a like, help this channel grow. I'm trying to get more videos out. And until next time, see you later, guys. Thanks.